everybody, and thank you for joining us for another edition of the Small Business Chronicles. Sorry, it's been a little while, but you'll understand why. This segment is entitled Sanity. That's right, how to keep your sanity. Because as a small business owner, as I said in the very first video, you're going to have a lot of conversations with yourself, and you want to make sure that you don't go insane, that you keep your sanity. Well, in the very first video, one of the things I pointed out that I was honest with myself about, that I had those conversations, is that I did not like paperwork. As a matter of fact, I hate paperwork. Do not like it at all. And so I made sure I have an accountant, a bookkeeper, and people to do the necessary paperwork for me, so that way I don't have to do something I don't like and get bogged down with it. Well, due to the situation with COVID-19 and the pandemic, I have been doing an enormous amount of paperwork, trying to get grants, trying to get loans, discussions with my landlord, discussions with the convention, the facilities, just a lot of paperwork. And it's, again, something I don't like doing, but I've been forced into that situation. So, yeah, I've been going a little insane lately, and I'm sure many of you out there have as well, because it's just been wearing on us an awful lot, right? What's been going on these past couple of months. And hopefully the end is near. But anyway, yeah, it's been tough for me for the past couple of weeks with this enormous amount of paperwork and all this kind of stuff. So, yeah, just wondering a little bit about my sanity. But let's talk about things that you may go through in your business. One of my closest friends wanted to know how I deal with comments, criticisms, and critiques. Well, here's the truth of the matter is you're going to get that a lot. Whenever you put yourself out there, which you are doing with your business, because it's sort of, you're doing an extension of yourself, your business, and you're inviting people who you don't know at all into your business. So of course, you're just opening yourself up for potential comments, criticisms, and critiques. It's not easy sometimes. Having to deal with, bad things people say, maybe a bad review, bad critiques, things they say, but it's just part and parcel of the job. Because there is that old saying, another good friend of mine uses all the time, the 80-20 rule, right? 80% of the people will be happy, 20% won't. And it's one of those kind of things where no matter what you do, some people will just never be happy. You can't make them happy. They will be upset about something or whatever. And you just have to try to make the best out of it as you can. And also, it's sort of inherent, I think, in a lot of us, for us to comment and critique. Because one of the things that really sort of gets to me is the phrase, you should. You should. Because I hear that a lot. People are like, oh, Tim, you should do this. You should do that. Now, a lot of times it's coming from a great place. People are excited about Meepleville. They come in and see it and they're like, oh, you should do this. You should do that. You should do that. But what happens a lot of the times when an owner of a business hears this, it's sort of implying these are things we are not doing. When people tell us something we should be doing. And again, they may not realize this as they're saying it, but that's sort of the way I feel. Maybe other people feel the same, that, wow, they don't think I'm doing this. They don't think I'm doing that. And it's one of those kind of things that people don't know, and you will know if you're a small business owner, that literally 24/7, you are thinking business. Business, business, business. When you're not there, you're wondering what's going on at your place. You could be doing something else. Why did only X amount of people come in today, where last week I had triple that amount? You're always going to be wondering something, what you're doing wrong, what you can be doing more. And again, you're going to be driving yourself insane with these questions all of the time. But yeah, it's going to happen. You just have to learn to deal with it, confront it. And again, what I mean by inherent in all of us, like I was saying before, is, think about it. Every Monday, I'm a better coach than Bill Belichick on the Patriots if they lose, right? Because I know what they should have done. I could have done a better job, right? Being an armchair quarterback. So you're going to get that a lot also, right? You're going to get a lot of people who, of course, can will tell you that they can run your business better than you can, or they can do it better than you can. But here's the thing you need to remember. You're doing it, okay? So you have to kind of brush a lot of that stuff off and just satisfy with yourself that you are actually doing it. And it's not easy, but you're the one who's walking the walk, not just talking the talk. So yeah, again, it's not something you like, but it's part and parcel of the job. You have to deal with those comments, criticisms, and critiques. Another thing that may drive you insane is maybe having people in the industry, other stores may talk bad about you. They may be nefarious, try to do bad things. Who knows? I just never understood that philosophy or why that should happen, because we all have a common goal. To spread the joy of gaming, to help others. And why wouldn't you want to have a network for people to go to your place if I can't satisfy them? Because the truth of the matter is, if you're in a town, a big city or whatever, pretty much anything, whether it's restaurants, whether it's gyms, whether it's supermarkets, people generally will shop or go to a place that is within their sort of neighborhood, their area. So if you're on the other side of the town, it's probably not, you're probably not going to get customers who are on my side of the town, and vice versa, because whatever closest to them is probably where most of the people are just going to go. But you may not have something that I have. I may not have to. So there should be a symbiosis with us. We should be partners in this, right? Because it's the same thing with McDonald's and Burger King. They're right next to each other, and there's going to be people going to either, because the truth of the matter is, again, with the 80-20, you cannot satisfy everybody. So if you want to provide that customer service and give that great customer service experience, if I can't give it to them, I want to be able to send them to a place that can. I want to give them as much help as I can if I am unable to deliver. And I would just hope that other stores, other places would want the same thing. If they can't deliver at that moment for that customer, they should provide that customer service and make that customer happy. Try to help them see it out to the end. Give the another store a call where they may be able to help that customer that's in your store right now. And again, I don't like the term competitor. And I know a lot of people use that because I don't feel I'm competing. Because again, if you're coming to my place, if I can deliver what you want, hopefully I can keep you as a customer. If I can't, then you're not going to be my customer. I'm not trying deliberately to take customers or to be, better or whatever. I'm trying to be the best Meepleville that I can be. And I hope that translates to people who come in there and who want to come in there. So I'm not competing against other people, other stores. And I would hope that people don't feel that they need to compete against me, because it's not a competition. There is room for everybody to grow, to be in the community. But again, these are things that are going to mess with your sanity. So at the end of the day, like I said, I hope you've had those conversations with yourself a lot. I hope you had those conversations with those close people in your life, because you need to make sure that you're always grounded and you don't drive yourself insane. Now, another very important topic is employees. And again, it has to deal with your sanity, right? Because the truth of the matter is, in most cases, you are the one who's financially, fiduciary responsible for the business. It's your money, your liability with the lease, whatever it is on the line. So of course, not everybody, or I would dare say not anybody, is going to have the same vested interest in the business as you do. So you cannot expect everybody to feel the same way about the business as you do, or do the same thing way about the businesses that you do. However, it's one of those things that I think becomes apparent to customers how you deal with people. Because the way I treat them, they come in, give them that excellent customer service. A lot of times I will get people saying, is this your place? Yes, it is, because I guess they can feel it and they can tell by how I'm excited about and passionate about it, because it is. So that just may be something that I'm delivering that they catch on right away. But, and also with employees, right? The thing about it is hopefully you find those people who can get on the same page with you and help you with your vision. And fortunately, I have been extremely fortunate. I've had great employees, even if they're not there anymore. And I have Grant and Trung, who are still with me right now, who've been tremendous help. And I feel the Meepleville is just as much theirs now as it is mine. But the thing about it is not everybody is going to work out, whether it's my fault, whether it's their fault, your fault, or whatever. It's just natural, right? 80-20 rule. You're not going to get along with everybody in the world. You're not going to get along with every employee. You may have hired somebody who you find out at the end of the day may not have been the right choice. But again, that's just life, right? Those are relationships. And again, there's nothing, I don't dislike anybody. I hope they don't dislike me. It's just, hey, it just did not work out. But a friend of mine told me something really, really important that I would think you should take on and listen to. And he told me that, especially when it comes to an employee, he goes, think about it. He goes, if you fire them or get rid of them, you'll have a headache for 2 or 3 days. It'll bother you, eat on you, but boom, it's gone. If you don't, and they're a problem employee, you're going to have that headache, that angst for weeks or however long they're there. Okay. And this doesn't just apply to an employee. This just applies to a problem, an issue, whether you have to tell a customer, say that they may not have good hygiene, right? Just do it, get it over with. And yes, you're going to have a headache. You're going to suffer for a little while. It's going to have some angst, but at least it's solved and it's over. If you don't, and that customer keeps coming in or whatever, the problem's going to persist. The same thing with an employee. Hey, if they're not working out, cut the ties. Just do it. Because you're just going to have worry, that angst, that headache for a lot of times. And again, it's just not a personal thing. It's just sometimes things don't work out. There are just so many, many factors that go into running a business, owning a business, trying to keep people gainfully employed, paying the bills, doing all that kind of stuff. And again, with the bills, this is the last thing I'm going to say before I go. I see I'm getting a little long here. And I know people who own a business right now are going to understand this. So listen very carefully what I say. Being an honest businessman is not good business. And here's what I mean by that, okay? Because I'm like extremely honest. I pay all my bills, pay all my taxes, have all my licenses, all that kind of stuff. But you know what? It seems the more honest I am, the more paperwork I fill out, the more I try to do things the right way, the more I get called on it, the more that people notice it because I'm there. I'm in the system. I'm doing things. They see me. But if you don't do things, a lot of times they're never going to know you're there or see things. And it's one of those kind of things where I guess you have to know what I'm talking about to experience it. And I guarantee people who own a business who are listening to this know exactly what I'm talking about. You just say to yourself, wow, is it worth it to do things the right way? Because it just doesn't seem to pay off. It seems that I give myself more work, more hassle, more problems when you do all these things, because trust me, there are going to be so many things that you didn't realize that pop up and you're like, does it ever end? So there are just going to be a lot of things that are going to attack your sanity. But I just want you to keep positive, keep strong. Please write in the comments down below if you have any questions, if you ever need to talk, if you just want to discuss about something, maybe I can help you with. Maybe there is a problem, an issue that I've had, I can maybe give you some advice on. I don't know, but anyway, there are many other business owners, and hopefully they would be just as open as well to maybe help you out too. So again, keep that dream alive. Keep doing what you love doing. and begin to do what you love doing, because hopefully the end is near with this COVID and businesses will be opening up again. People can start living their lives again. You can open that store, and stay safe and keep your sanity.